So let's start with course content. So first thing, we will discuss about the requirement gathering. Okay. So in requirement gathering, we will go through functional design document. So first we will understand the business case, what business case we are going to cover here. And then we will capture everything on functional design document. So there will be flow diagram, sequence diagram, API landscape diagram. Okay. And then we will have multiple Mule application and multiple Mule API. Okay. So we will capture detail for all the Mule application and Mule API. So I will show you how this functional design document looks like from my previous project. For this project, we will work on that document together. So you will get idea how to create that functional design document. Generally, like in your project, like architect team or business team, they will create those kind of document. But sometimes you also need to create or you need to update that document. So you will get that kind of understanding. Okay. And as per industry standard, we used to have two kind of document. One is functional design document and another one is technical design document. Okay. So mostly like functional design document should be created by your architect and technical design document you are responsible to create. Okay. In functional design document, all the functionalities, flow sequence, and then API detail will be there. And in technical design document, you will put like what all you developed in that particular API. So technically you will explain everything. Okay. By document only, by going through document, someone should able to understand all the thing like what you have done in that API. Okay, so that part we will discuss in detail. That will be part of this requirement gathering. Then going to project lifecycle discussion. So here we will understand what all phase project have, starting from as we discuss requirement gathering, then we have development, testing, deployment, then the security and policy. Okay, so everything we will discuss, and we will follow here agile methodology. Okay, nowadays you everyone know this agile methodology is very trending, and we will also follow the agile methodology only. I will show you how to create Jira ticket. Okay, so we will see, we'll understand how this Jira ticket works. Like we'll give you some additional knowledge on this part, how ticketing tool works. Okay, starting from how to create story, then how to like define the different component in the story, how to define the story points. Okay, so everything we will discuss when we will do this, when we will discuss agile methodology and when we will go for Jira setup. Okay, hope everyone clear for till this 4 point. Okay, now coming to Confluence. So here I will explain you like how this Confluence like is required for organization. So here you can put all the shared documents. Okay, it might be functional design document, it might be other project related details. So all the documents you can store in the Confluence and you can share it across the members. Okay, what all who all are working in your project. Okay, so you all will have common access of that Confluence document, and at the same time many like contributor can work on same document. Okay, so that kind of flexibility and advantage we have in Confluence. So this Confluence software like this is Atlassian product, and many organization is using this particular product. Okay, so that also we will see. Then next we will discuss about Git. So for as a center repository, we are going to use Git repository. Okay, other repository like Bitbucket or Azure repository. Okay, all these repository works in similar way how this Git repository works. So if you have good understanding of any one repository, that will be good enough to work for other repository. Okay, that other repository works in very similar way how this Git repository works. So here I will show you how to create account, then how to give access to your members. Okay, how to add members, then Then we will see how to create repository, then how to clone that repository in your local, then how to connect that local repository with your Anypoint Studio. Okay, so whatever change you will do in your studio, automatically those change will come in your local repository. And then we will see next step like push, pull, commit, all those things we will see. And to perform all these tasks, we will use Git Desktop. Okay, so Git Desktop is one tool, or you can say one software, which will help you to perform all these tasks in graphical way. We have another way also. We can do this all this like Git management using Git command, but that will be a bit challenging if you are a beginner, since you have to remember all the commands. Okay, and there are many things for which you always need to explore internet and all. Okay, since we have lots of things to do like push, pull, then hard reset, many things are there. Okay, so instead of that, we will use this Git Desktop, and that application will give us graphical view to do all this operation. Okay, that is very easy to use and to very easy to learn this managing this Git software or Git repository. Okay. But at the same time, if you have understanding of Git command also, that is added advantage. Okay. Now, here for CI/CD process, we will use Jenkins. Okay. So I will show you how to do Jenkins setup. And at the same time, I will show you how to write Jenkins pipeline script. Okay. This will be particularly DevOps task. But as a Mulesoft developer, if you have basic understanding of this, this will be added advantage in your profile. Okay, so I will show you all the setups, all the steps. Okay, so that you will try to do in your system also. If you are able to do it, well and good. If not also, then if you understand the process, that is also fine. Okay, generally like DevOps team used to do this, all this setup, Jenkins or any pipeline setup. But yeah, like as a developer, we should have understanding. Okay, that will be added advantage. So that also we will discuss. Then in development part, we will have two phase. One is RAML development and then API development. So in RAML, like based on the requirement, we will create RAML. We will follow all the best practice of RAML. Okay, now you will say what is best practice in RAML. So in RAML, we have many best practice like fragment, traits, library, all those things we can create. So in RAML, like we can have multiple reusable components. Okay, so we can put those reusable components inside the traits. Okay, let's say, so other people are facing any problem. I can see many people are rejoining. So in RAML, we have like multiple things which you will reuse at multiple places. Okay, to make those component effectively, instead of writing every places, we can write in one place and we can use wherever we need. Okay, so for that purpose, we use traits. Okay, in traits, you can define header, query parameter, URI parameter, all those things you can define. So that will be one best practice. Then library is a collection of these traits and data type and everything. Okay, resource type. So we will create library also. Now we will see same set of reusable component. We will see same set of reusable component we are using in multiple RAML. We are using across the RAML. So in that case, we will go for fragment. Okay. So as per industry standard, what all best practice we do, everything we will follow. Okay. Then we will apply security schema. Everything will be there inside the RAML. Okay. So what I will suggest before going to that particular session, you can. So before going to that particular session, I will give you some basic video for RAML part. Okay. So be ready with that basic understanding of RAML. And that day we will do in very advanced level. So definitely you will get in-depth understanding of Rammer. Okay. Then development and best practice. So API development, like whenever developer works on the API development, they are more focused on happy path. Okay, if you are intermediate developer or if you are beginner, then everyone focus on happy path. But no one consider the error scenario, logging scenario, then folder structure. All those things are means I observed like many intermediate developer or like starting developer, they are missing those things. Okay, so here we will develop all the best practices. Okay, as I mentioned, not only we will develop happy path as a developer, it is equally important we have to understand all the error scenario. We have to understand all the logging, where exactly we need to do logging, what all kind of logging we should do. Okay, and then what all folder structure should be there. So if someone want to do development on top of my change, then he can easily understand the code. Okay. So all those best practice we will see how to do and like where to do. Okay. Yeah. Once we will complete the development, we will go for testing part. So in testing, we will see unit testing, then integration testing, that will be SIT. Okay. Then we will see unit testing also. And at the end, I will show you performance testing using JMeter. Okay. Then again, this coming to this SIT and performance testing, generally it should be task of testing team. But in some project, okay, you might in some project you might get this task as a developer also. Okay. In that case, yeah, you should have idea how to do integration testing and how to use JMeter tool to do the performance testing. Okay, that I will show you. Then code checking and CID, like CI/CD pipeline that we already discussed. Okay, now we will discuss about different deployment model, or you can say mule runtime. Okay, we will discuss about different mule runtime. So currently in market, in Mulesoft providing four type of mule runtime. One is on-premise, okay, where everything will be hosted on company infrastructure. Okay, like you will take license of Mulesoft Mule runtime that will be hosted on company infrastructure, and then management plane. Okay, from where you are managing your Mule application, that will be also on company infrastructure. Okay, so that will be on-premise deployment model. In Cloud Hub, generally like what Mulesoft used to do, they will provide you server. Okay, that they will provide you ready-made server. You as a developer, you will simply go and you will start the deployment process. Okay, and everything management things will be ready there. You just need to enable the features. Okay, in this particular project, we will use this Cloud Hub only. Okay, since setup of this on-premise and RTF and other, for RTF, you definitely need license. Okay, they don't provide trial account, but for Cloud Hub, they provide trial account for 30 days. Okay, so we are going to use that trial account for 30 days to complete our project. And project wise also, like in market, what I have seen, 50% projects are using Cloud Hub. Okay, then you can say 50% are divided into on-premise, RTF, and hybrid. Why? Like most of the client, medium-sized client, they are preferring this Cloud Hub since everything is ready there. They don't need separate infrastructure. They don't need separate environment team. Okay, dedicated person for environment team. So all kind of overhead will be reduced here, and whenever they want, this is pay and use basis. Okay, so let's say you want this runtime for 3 years, just pay for 3 years. No need to worry about next year. Okay, if you want to renew, you can pay again and you can renew. Okay, so this is like you can say platform as a service. You just buy the platform, use it till the point you need it, and then unsubscribe it. Okay. So we will also see, we will also work on Cloud Hub. We will see everything on Cloud Hub like Design Center, Runtime, then Management Center, where we will apply all the security policy. Okay, everything we will cover. So if you join any organization, generally, as per standard, we should have dev environment, SIT environment, UAT environment, pre-prod and prod. Okay. So for in this project, we will focus on dev environment. Okay. For other environment, I will tell you why we use this environment and where we like what is the purpose of each environment and who will be responsible to manage which environment. Okay. But we will be focused on dev environment, and I will show you environment promotion also. Like if you want to move things from dev environment to SIT environment, you don't need to do everything from scratch. Okay. So in Cloud we have one feature. Using that, you can easily like migrate things from dev to SIT. Okay. Within 2 minutes, you will able to migrate everything from dev to SIT. So we will see how to do environment promotion also. But this environment, I will explain what is the use of all this environment. As per industry standard, companies should have all this environment, but it depends on organization to organization and client to client. You will see few places they have only dev and production. Few places they have dev UAT and production. Few places they have dev pre-prod and production. Okay, based on the organization, they follow practice. Okay, it's not mandatory. Every organization will have all this. But yeah, if there is some standard client, there's big client, then definitely you will see all the environment here. Okay. So anyhow, we are going to have detailed discussion of each environment, and we will be focus on like setup of this dev environment. We will do all the setup. We will deploy our application. We will apply all the security policy. We will create RAML, publish everything we will do on dev environment. Okay. So we already discussed like security policy part. So soon I am going to explain what all security policy we will cover in this project. Okay, most of the frequently used security policy, like 80% security policy, which we use very frequently, we will cover in this project. And we will do setup also. Okay, and at the end, I will show you how to explain this project in your interview. Okay, if anyone want to use the same project in your interview, then this will be complete real-time project. Okay, so you can use same project, how we will learn what all process we will do, same everything during your interview process. Okay. Hope everyone clear on this part. If anyone has any doubt, you can ask quickly. Okay, fine, no question. So now we will understand objective of this particular course. Okay, what all things we are going to do. Okay, so here we are going to simulate one real world scenario. As I mentioned, this project will be completely real time project. This is not POC project. This is completely real time project. And here, like we don't have solution architect, but I will work on that role and I will provide you one document. I will provide you all the use case. And based on that, we will do like initially I will do development. Okay, 60% of API I will develop and 40% API you will get as a assignment. Okay, so I will create a group. Okay, like let's say we have 20 member, then including 3 to 4 member, we will create 5 group, and each member will get like each group will get same task. So you need to deliver. Okay. So at that time we will have doubt session. You can join doubt session and you can ask if you have any doubt. Before that, in 60% development where I will work, I will follow all the process. You will learn the process. Okay. You will do same thing in your system. And if you will have any doubt, you will ask me. Okay. It's not like that 60% I will only do. I will do first. You will see me. You will see how to I'm doing. You will learn the process and you will do same thing in your system. Okay. And then 40% you will do everything. I will be there to guide you. Okay. And if you will have any problem, I will help you to resolve that problem. So here we will use Mulesoft out-of-box capabilities. So in Mulesoft, we have many out-of-box capability, and every component has their own usage. Okay. Let's say we have to perform looping. Okay, like if you want to do repeated tasks, we have for each, we have parallel for each also. But we need to understand which will be more suitable. Okay. So on that part, let me give you one example, like how you will decide which component will be used at which place. Okay. Both has like their own advantage and disadvantage. So you need to understand the use case, and then you need to use suitable out of box capability. Okay. Let me take you through one example. So let's say we have 10 records. Okay. We have one array where we have 10 records, or let's say 5 only. Okay. You want to process this 5 record. So in MuleSoft, we have two components. One is for each, and then we have parallel for each. So both this component can work on array, and they can do processing. Okay. Now you have to understand, as a developer, you need to understand which component will be more suitable to process this data. Now, how you will understand? You will understand based on the business case. Okay. I'm telling you two business case, then everyone will hear. Based on your knowledge, you will tell me in which business case we will use which component. Okay. So before that, let me give you high level idea. This for each works sequentially. Okay. And this is multi-threaded. Okay. Or you can say it works parallelly. Okay. Now here we have two business case. First, business requirement is there. I need to process all this record. Okay. My requirement is I want to process all this record in the same sequence what I am getting, and I need to call one external system. Okay. So here, this is our Mule API. And in this place, I want to do looping. Okay. Here I want to do looping. Before that, I am doing some other processing. And after this also, I am doing some other processing. Okay. My business case is what records I am getting. I need to process this record in same order what I am getting. Okay, it's not like I can process fourth first and then I will process second later on. I have to process in same sequence. In which sequence I am getting this record, and here I am calling some external system. Okay, external system. So here I am calling some external system, and I need to process all these record in same sequence what I am getting. Okay, so here I need to use looping thing. So which loop I will use, and we have another business case. So here I took example of 5. Let's say here we have 1,000 record. In both the case, let's say 1,000 record only 5. So we have total 1,000 record. Here, my use case is I need to process all this record as soon as possible. Okay, and no need to follow any sequence. Okay, you can process any record anytime. Okay, so here you can process record in any time. Means you do no need to follow the sequence. You can process any record anytime, but you have to complete the processing as soon as possible. It should not be too much time consuming. Okay, so here also we need to call some external system. Okay. Since whatever records I'm getting, we need to pass it to some target system, and that's our target system is a kind of real-time target system. Okay, so we should not take processing time more than maybe 10 second or 20 second. Otherwise, data will not be real time. Okay, to make it more real time, I have to process this record as soon as possible. Okay, so now can anyone tell me business case one we will use for each or parallel for each? For everyone, first decide from your side, take one.
Yeah, for case one, we will go for each.
For each.
Yeah, so for business case one, we will go for each.
For each.
And what for this business case two?
Parallel for each will go to reduce the
Okay.
time.
Parallel for each. So you can see both component we have, both can work on each element of array, iterate on each element of array. But based on the business case, we have to select which component I need to use. Okay, it's not like you can use any component at any places. In second business case, we can use this one, but our performance will not be better. Like tuning wise, it will not be tuned API. And at the same time, let's say processing of one API, processing of one record is taking 5 seconds. If we are processing 1,000 record, then 5 into 1,000, it will take 5,000 seconds. Okay, which is around, I think, 100 minutes, less than 100 minutes. So this is too much time. Okay, if you want to make your system real time, then if something is taking 10 minutes, then that will be you will say that is very poor design. Okay, you should not develop or design your API where your real time system will get data in 10 minutes. Okay, so definitely we should think about some better approach. So here you can use parallel for each. Okay, so in this way, like we have multiple Mulesoft component to perform different tasks. So we need to identify, we need to understand each component, and we need to select more suitable component. Okay, so that part anyhow we are going to discuss. Then include previous best practice experience when coming out the solution. So here, whatever you have learned in MuleSoft component wise, like basic knowledge. So you have to, no, not basic one, means whatever you have done in your previous project, based on that, you need to select appropriate component, and you should make like reliable API. Okay, then your API throughput should be better. Okay, all those things you should consider. Okay, it should have proper error handling. It should have proper logging. Okay, so all those things should be there in your API. Make use of Design Center to create RAML. So here we are going to use Design Center to create fragment, RAML, everything. And then we will publish on Exchange. And then we will use that particular RAML to develop our API. Okay. Organize and create the Mule project based on the business scenario and solution described in the document. So whatever we will get in functional design document, based on that, we will create Mule project. So we have to use Mule message flow, then different connector, different Mulesoft components to complete the business case. Okay, let's say we have requirement of one API which will insert like payment related data into database. So we have to select required component and then we need to develop our API. So first thing, we should have one listener, then we should have one flow where we will define all the business logic. So to define business logic, we will use transform message, then we will use database connector, and for error handling, we will use on error continue, on error propagate, raise error component, and then for logging purpose, we will use logger. So all those things we need to use. Then once development will be completed, for unit testing purpose, we will use Postman also, and we will use munit also. Both we will use. So as I mentioned, like we will use Postman. So SOAP UI also we can use for testing purpose, but Postman is much more easier compared to SOAP UI. But whenever you are developing any SOAP service, in that case, SOAP UI is much more helpful. Okay. But here we will be more focused on REST API, scheduler API, and event-driven API. So we are not going to use SOAP UI, but yeah, you can learn from internet and it's very easy to understand. Then at the end, you have to demo your working application. Okay, what all you develop. So you need to demo it. Okay, and extend and enhance your application in real time. Okay, so you need to explain the real time scenario business case where you are going to use this API. Okay, and you will give one working demo. Okay, so this is all about the objective of this course and what all things exercise we are going to do. Anyone has any doubt or you want your expectation is a bit different, then you can tell me. We'll see if we can optimize the course.
What is JMeter?
Okay, so JMeter is one tool to perform the performance testing and load testing. Okay, generally that tool will be used by testing team. Okay, so they like once you will move your code on pre-prod environment, before moving to production, we used to perform this performance testing and load testing to see your API will able to meet the business requirement or not. So whenever business will give you requirement, you need to check with them about the TPS also. Okay, how much transaction they are expecting. Okay, based on that, you need to design your API. Your response time should be as per business requirement. Okay, so in like performance testing, generally they will check like in what will be TPS of your API, how many transactions your API will able to support, then what will be response time of your API. Okay, so all those things they will check during this performance testing. And load testing, they will check how much maximum load your API can take. Okay, all those kind of testing will be done by testing team using JMeter. But as a Mulesoft developer, you will be part of that performance testing, since whenever any issue will come, they will reach out to you to resolve that problem. Okay, if your API is not meeting the SLA, okay, if your API is not meeting the TPS SLA or response SLA, anything, so they will come to you and they will ask you justification on that. So you should have idea how this load testing and performance testing work. So for that, we use this JMeter tool. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, like to work on this project, everyone will do environment setup in your system. Okay. So everyone go on mute if you're not speaking anything.
Yeah, I have
So
a question.
yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna see the system API and process and experience API separately with in detail or with examples. I mean, real-time scenario.
Yeah. So here, as I mentioned, we will follow all the company standards. Okay, so we are also going to follow API-led architecture. Okay? That will like you will come to know in next session when we will discuss about the business scenario. So we will split those API in all three layers, and then we'll show you this API landscape diagram. Okay. Today I will show you from my previous project how this diagram looks like. But yes, we are going to follow all the company standard, and definitely we will follow this API-led or microservice architecture. Okay, we are not going to follow one layer architecture. It will be completely API-led architecture and microservice architecture. Is it okay? Okay, fine. So now coming to software list.
Yes, thank you.
Now coming to software list, what all software and platform we are going to use. So we'll help you to do all this environment setup in your system. Okay. And everyone must need to do all this environment setup. Maybe few people are using office laptop. No need to worry. All this setup will be on cloud. Okay. No need to do any setup in your system except this JDK and Maven. Okay. And that is also not required. If you are using office laptop, then definitely these two setup will be there. Maven and JTK will be there, and even Postman will be there. What other software you can see? Most of the software, 90% softwares will be on cloud. Okay, no need to do in your local. And if anything required, then I think your office will allow you to do setup of other software that will be related to your work only, and all are like certified softwares. Okay. So first thing, we will use Anypoint platform account. So here we will get this management plane and runtime plane. So that will be your first application which we will use. This will be on cloud, means we will open on the browser only. So no software installation is required. So we'll help you to do this account creation, and this account will be valid for 1 month. So we will take this trial account to complete our project. Then second, Anypoint Studio. This particular software you can download from Anypoint platform. You will get one download link. From there you can download. And this software, we don't need to install this software. Okay, we used to get application file. You just need to open that application file. That's it. Okay, so you even for this also you don't need any admin permission. This is just application file. You can simply open and your software will start. Then Git repository. This will be on browser. So you will open this particular website and you will able to access all this feature. Git Desktop. This software you might not have in your system. So that part, if someone is using office laptop, you need to see or you need to check with your network team. Otherwise, this is trusted software only, and it's I think owned by Git, and they are big brands. So I don't think there will be any concern in your organization to use this. But yeah, for personal laptop, you can easily use this. Postman, Maven, and JTK, these are three standard software. If you are working on any API technology, you should have idea about this software. So this three we will do in your local setup. We will do local setup for all these three. Salesforce account, this will be again, we need on browser. So this I think valid for 6 months. Trial account is valid for 6 months. I'm not sure from how many months I'm using, but it looks like my account I already completed 6 months, but still I'm able to use. So here in Salesforce, we will create account and we will capture some kind of data here. But at the same time, for database, we will use remote MySQL database. Okay. So for this also, you don't need to do any software setup. So I know one website. They provide this MySQL database, and you can again use their trial account. So there they will give you 10 MB storage. That will be good enough to complete our project. Okay. So we will use that remote MySQL database. Okay. Then Jira account. This will be again Jira, Confluence. This will be again on browser only. Okay. Then SMTP protocol we will use for SMS and email. So for this we will use SMTP connector, and we will use our Gmail account. Okay, so you just need to enable the two-step authentication in your Gmail account. That will be good enough to complete this task. Okay, and then at the end I will show you Splunk setup. So this Splunk we will use as a monitoring framework. Okay, in Cloud Hub we have internal monitoring framework, but many times you will see in your project they are using some external log monitoring framework. So why they are using, since Cloud Hub this has many limitation. Okay, so you can store maximum 100 MB of data or 1 month of data. Okay, but if your project has any specific requirement, then in that case you can go for Splunk logging framework. So all this setup we will do together. Okay, first I will show you, parallelly you will do, and if you will have any doubt, we'll help you to resolve that. Okay, so everyone will make their system ready for this entire project. Okay, anyone has any doubt on this software list part?
So is there any documentation for this, Ravi, or we need to
Step
search?
by, okay, so step I will do in my system. Okay, you will follow first my system and then I will give you recording also.
Okay, fine. I
All
have,
software we will do step by step. Like we will go open the website. I will show you what all details you need to put and how to do registration.
okay. I have a doubt in previous slide. So are we going to utilize this JMS functionality as well, or it will not be used as part of this project?
Okay, in this project, we will be more focused on database and Salesforce.
Okay.
JMS part will not be here, but yeah, I can see people are expecting this since many projects on retail domain need this JMS.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what I can do, we will not do in this project, but I will do separate one POC to
Mhm.
show you all the functionality of JMS that I can do.
Sure. Thanks.
Yeah, in project actually we don't have that use case, so forcefully I don't want to include that to make this POC project. Okay, so we'll have one separate POC project for JMS, and this will be complete real time. And how we did for business, same way we will do here.
Sure. Thank you.
So connector wise, what all major connector we are going to use in this project? See, if you will work on any project, it's not mandatory to use, like you will not work on all the connector what we have in Mulesoft. Mulesoft has 200 plus connector. Okay, so based on the project, based on the requirement, you will use few connectors. And in this particular project, we are going to use this 9 connector. Okay, one is Salesforce connector, database connector, SMTP, object store, HTTP connector, API kit, security property connector, Spring module, and then OAuth. Okay, these many connectors we will use. Apart of that, we have many other connector, out of which, as you mentioned, JMS connector, that is important one. SFTP and FTP connector, this is also important one. So I will suggest, if you want to have a better learning, then few more connector I will list out. Okay, I will tell you later on. Try to do small POC on those connector as JMS, SMT, file or FTP connector or SFTP connector. These all are connectors are there, which organization are using very frequently. So you should have idea of those connector also. But for this particular use case, we are not going to use, but as a POC, I will show you that one. Okay, now coming to key components. So in this particular project, which key component we are going to use? So that is batch processing, cache, choice router, scatter gather. Okay, so this we will use again for parallel processing, for loop, on error continue, on error propagate, rage error, and then next one is scheduler. These are the key components which we will use. I think in Mulesoft we have almost 30 components, out of which this 9 key component we will use, and a part of that 10 more component we will use. Okay, So we will not able to use all the 30 components in this project, but almost like 20 component we will touch. Okay, remaining 10 you can learn as a POC. Okay. Now coming to security policy wise. So here we are going to work on 6 security policy. One is OAuth. Okay. So for OAuth, we will use Mulesoft API to develop one OAuth service provider first. Okay. And then using that Mulesoft OAuth service provider, we will configure OAuth policy in our API. Okay. So I will show you all the steps how to work on this like how this OAuth policy works, what all advantage we have, and what all limitation we have. At the same time, we will create our own OAuth service provider. Okay. We have in market, there are multiple OAuth service providers are there. We can use that one also, but many of them are paid one. So you need to take subscription from there. Okay, but Mulesoft has capability. They have provided one connector. Using that, we can create our own OAuth service provider. So we are going to use that one, and that will be helpful in you in future also. Sometime if you need that OAuth service provider by your application, then you can create by yourself only. Then client ID enforcement. This is very widely used. Then rate limiting, HTTP caching, basic authentication, and spike control. Okay, these are all policy we will apply in our project. Apart of that, other policy, I will just explain how those policy works and what is the purpose. But this 4 we will integrate in our project. Okay, so these are the major things what we are going to do in our project. Coming to starting, let me do a small recap. Course content, what we are going to have. Then objective of this exercise. Then software list, what all we are going to install. Then what all connectors we are going to use, what all components, key components we are going to use, and what all security policy we are going to use. Okay, so all these things are related to this particular project, what we are going to do. Now coming to timing wise. Okay, so ideally this will be for 6 weeks, but sometime it happens like few people like they might take some time to understand the project. For them, we will give them flexibility. Okay, so in that case, might be instead of 6 weeks, it might go for 8 weeks, but that will be worst scenario. Generally, like what I have seen, 6 weeks is good enough to complete the project. Okay, timing wise, we will have timing as a 8 a.m. Okay, just one thing I want to check. I think many people here from India and US. Okay, and I think this time we have 50-50 ratio. So I just want to check with Indian one, like if they can manage it instead of 8, if we can make it by 7 in any case. So for people in US, for them, there will be a bit easy. Like if we will make it from 8, then they have to start 10:30 in their night. In any case, we can make it 7. Anyone has any concern on this part? Or let's make it 7:30. If not, 7:30.
No, sir, it is okay with 7.
7 is okay. Okay. What about other? Anyone has any concern on 7?
It will be better for 7:30 or 8.
7:30. Okay.
Yeah.
7 is okay for me, Ravi.
7:30 is the better time, I think.
Okay, let's do 7:30 only. Okay. I know like in weekend, generally we don't have habit to get early morning. So 7:30 to 9:30. So actually people in US, they will get a bit better time. So 7:30 to 9:30 will be there. And in between, we will take 15-minute break. Okay. That will be either breakfast, yeah, whatever you want to do. In between, we will have 15-minute break. And we will have doubt session that will be evening time, 6:30 or 6, let's say 6 to 8:30. Generally, this will be timing. So it will be 3 days in a week. Okay, not every day, 3 days in a week, there will be doubt session. So whatever doubts you will have, you will join that session and you will ask. Okay, it's not mandatory to join this doubt session, but if you will have doubt, I will suggest to join this session and ask and clear all your doubts. And definitely once you will start doing things in your system, definitely you will get doubt. Okay, so take advantage of this session and get better learning. Okay, and here I will suggest don't rely only on my development task. Okay, whenever I will do development, definitely you will able to understand things, but unless you will not do things in your system, you will not get actual learning. Okay, so once I will do, you will able to understand, but once you will do in your system, then actual problem you will able to understand. Okay, so whatever I will do, I will share recording also. Either you will, so means definitely live session will be much more helpful. You will understand process at the same time you will ask doubts and everything. Okay, so never rely on the recorded session. Okay, if someone will rely on recorded session, then at the end, of course, you will not able to understand much more thing. Okay, so live session will be much more interactive, important, and you will able to understand things very faster. Okay, so try to join live session every day. In worst case, if you are unable to join, then go with recording. Okay, so US timing will be 9:30 10. I'm mentioning Eastern time, so you can convert in your if someone is from CST or PST.
Yeah,
Can you please make it as 7:30 a.m. For IST? So it is making.
Oh, sorry. It's AM only. Correct. Sorry.
And
Yes,
what about the doubt session? It's 6 p.m. IST time.
Yeah, that will be PM. That's correct.
6 p.m. means for us, right? So 9:30 a.m.
6 will be Eastern time will be 8:30.
Yeah, 8:30. Sorry, 8:30 Eastern time.
And
So
doubt
we may
session,
have.
yeah, you don't need to join every day. Okay, whenever you have doubt, then only you will join. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Is it 10 a.m. or p.m.? Okay.
Is it possible to prepone for at least 30 minutes for Eastern time? So because for us, right, it will be.
Yeah, that I tried to do, but I think a few people are not comfortable with 7.
Yeah, Ravi, so this is Saturday, Sunday, or it's Friday, Saturday?
Yeah. For US people will be Friday.
Friday and Saturday. Okay.
Friday and Saturday.
Okay, so I think 2% has concern about 7. So are you okay to manage by 7 or it will be difficult?
10 is fine.
Okay, 10 is fine.
Yeah, 10 is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, and doubt session again, same will be there. Okay, it's not only Wednesday. So for this, I will keep posting in group. Okay, so in group you will get detail like which day we have doubts. So whenever you will get notification, based on that you can join. Okay,
Sir, is there any possibilities to change from 7:30 a.m. to in the morning? We can shift to the PM in the evening.
No, that will not be possible.
Okay.
Morning only will be there. Slightly 10-15 minutes we can adjust, but
Okay.
So 8:30 then. And you don't need to join this entire 2-hour 30-minute session. Just come for your doubt, ask, and you can leave the session. Okay, one person will be there. So whenever like you have doubts within this frame, join for 5-10 minutes, ask your doubt, and then you can leave the meeting. Okay.
When is the cloud session for the
How
UI?
we gonna get the link?
Okay. For
You
this
gonna
one,
send
I will
us
send.
or?
Yeah, yeah. I will keep posting in group. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So we'll add you in one more group. Everyone, like today only, I will send one link. So you need to join that group. Okay. In that group description also, you will get the meeting link. Okay. And timing wise, we'll keep posting in group. Okay. And yeah, registration wise, I think everyone already did registration. If your friend or anyone is interested, you can share my number for registration one. Okay, now coming to class wise. Today we have only introduction session. From 15th, our actual class will start. Okay, so within this 1 week, what you need to do? Okay, you need to prepare.
One question.
Yes, go ahead.
What is the difference between connector and component? Is there any reason why we going to see them differently?
Yeah, definitely there is difference. So connector is used to connect with external system. Let's say I want to connect with Salesforce, database, JMS queue, SMTP, then file system. So those are external system. I want to connect with external system. So to connect with external system, Mulesoft has created different connector, and Mulesoft has 200 plus connectors. Okay. Now coming to component. So to perform our business logic, okay, Mulesoft has created different component like choice, scatter gather, set payload, set variable. These components we use to complete our to perform our business logic. Okay, so those things are known as component. Is it clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so coming to this 1 week, what you will do this from 8 to 15. Okay, so within this 1 week, you need to do your basic learning. Okay, you need to, if like many people here know basic things, but you need to brush up your knowledge within this state. Okay, so from where you will brush up your knowledge. So here I have shared some playlist. Okay, these playlists are there available on my YouTube channel. If you have followed any other YouTube channel or any other playlist, that is also fine. But within this 1 week, you must need to do your brush up. It's not like I will not cover things from basic. Whatever I will do things from basic only. But if you will have that basic knowledge, then it will be added advantage for you. You will able to understand things very faster. Okay. So let's say I will use listener. So I will explain you how to configure listener, what is listener. I will do everything. But yeah, you have 1 week of time to brush up all your knowledge. So this, in that case, you will get actual understanding of this project. Otherwise, you will be keep learning Mulesoft. You will not get understanding of project. So here, I think most of you are to get understanding of project, not the Mulesoft knowledge. Mulesoft knowledge most of you have on basic level, and you want to understand how to implement that concept in your real-time scenario. I hope my understanding is correct. So for that purpose, I will suggest everyone complete this basic your brush up thing by this 1 week by 15th. Okay, be ready with this, and then from 15th we will start working on project. So here I have shared few playlists. Okay, first playlist is about the training. So here you will get about Mulesoft component and connector knowledge. Okay. Then second playlist about the project. Okay, now this is also one project. Sorry, this one. So this is also one project on very basic level. Okay, this project I developed as a transport module, and here you will get this is kind of POC project. This is not real-time project, but you will get very good understanding on learning point of view. Okay, how this 3-layer architecture works. Okay, then what all components, like many components you will learn from here. So in this 1 week, I will suggest at least complete this training video and this project video. Okay, now coming to this fourth part. Okay, this data weave video, this will definitely, it will take time. Okay, data weave itself is a one scripting language. which will take, I think, 1 month of time or 2 months of time. Okay. So in Mulesoft also, they have, in Mulesoft website, they have created very good documentation to learn this data week, but that will take too much time. Here, I and one more person created a video series, 12 videos are there, which will give you most frequently used database function in those 12 videos. Okay. So whatever function we use very frequently, we captured, like we explain all the function in this 12 video. Okay. So first you can go with this video, and later on you can go with Mulesoft documentation also. There you will able to understand what all predefined functions and library we have in DataWeave. Okay. Whatever library and predefined functions are there, what I have observed, only 5% things you will use very frequently. Remaining 95% thing you will use very rarely. But you should have idea what all library and functionality exist, predefined library and functionality exist in DataWeave. So in future, whenever you will get required use case, you can quickly go to Mulesoft documentation and you can see the syntax of that particular functions and you can use that. Okay, it's not mandatory to remember all the function. Even I don't know all the function. Like I don't know syntax of all the function, but I know what kind of function we have. Okay, whenever I am getting any business case, I do Google of that particular function and I used to get syntax and then I write the syntax. Okay, let me take one example. Okay, let's say I want to use, I want to find the substring. Okay, if you are from Java and .NET background, then again for you it will be easy. Whatever predefined function we have in Java and .NET, everything you will get in DataWeave. Okay, so you just need to know the syntax, that will be different. Okay, and as per my requirement, now I got, I need to filter out. I have 1000 record and I want to filter few records from there. Okay, so just type DataWeave filter. Here you will get many document blocks and many video and all in DataWeave especially. Okay, if you are learning other thing component connector, I will not suggest Mulesoft documentation. You can go with other blogs and YouTube video, but for DataWeave you will never get any better document what Mulesoft has provided. Okay, so go with this. They will provide you multiple different example and samples. Okay, just open this and you will get syntax here. Okay, they will give you detailed syntax here, everything they will mention, and they will give you some example also. Okay, so for DataWeave, their Mulesoft documentation is very good documentation. Okay, but it has many things, so you will not able to cover all these things within 1 month or 1.5. It will take 1 month, 1.5 month. Okay, in that case, I am suggesting first go with this video. First, go through what all function we use very frequently, and then whenever you will have time, go through this documentation and at least see all the function one time. No need to remember the syntax. Just see what all function exist. That will be good enough. And once you will complete this course at the end, if you want to have some interview practice, then you can go with this playlist. Okay. Soon I will share in our WhatsApp group what I have created for Confirm students. I will share all this. I will share this document also, and I will share this all this code link also. So immediately I will suggest to start this training plus project one. Okay, and be ready by 15th, by 14th only. If you want, let me arrange doubt session for this 4-5 days. Okay, whatever doubts you will have in this training and this project part, you can ask. That I can do. Okay. So first, let me add everyone in that doubt group, private doubt group, what I have for all of my students. Okay, and then I will send you that meeting link also and timing also. So yeah, take advantage of this 4-5 day doubt session and clear everything by this first and second. Okay, if you will have good understanding of this first and second, then this coming real-time project, what we are going to start from 15th, you will get very good understanding and in-depth understanding. Hope everyone clear on this part and agree on this part. If anyone has any concern, let me know.
Some videos are not visible in that interview. They have hidden.
That part we'll discuss separately. Okay.
Okay.
But initial 20-25 video are visible. That will be good enough for your initial preparation. But ignore this part first. Before completing the project, for you important is first, second, and fourth. Okay. But first
Okay.
focus on first and second. Okay. By 15th, first and second should be ready.